The Mini MPV wasn't the only category added to the Indian Car Bazaar this year. We also saw the introduction of a brand new species, the Mini SUV. Leading the charge was that blockbuster from Renault, the Duster.
Now is the time.
This is the car for those of you who want an SUV, yet don't want all the issues that come with an SUV. The Duster is only 4.3 meters long, but thanks to some really interesting design, huge ground clearance, and all the SUV add-ons like scuff plates and roof rails, make this car seem much bigger than it actually is. On the inside too, the SUV feel continues with a Spartan yet functional cabin, plenty of storage space, stereo, and an outstanding air conditioning with a separate HVAC system for the middle row. Now Renault's selling the Duster with 3 engine options, but the one that you should get is the diesel variant, powered by a 1.5-litre K9K engine in the 108.5 bhp state of tune. Despite the relatively small size of the engine, power delivery is strong and it's nippy enough to bounce from signal to signal in the city and not embarrass yourself out on the highway. Also, you're getting a very decent 12 kilometers to a litre in the city and about 16.5 out on the highway. And then there's the price. Ex-showroom begins at 10.13 to 11.5 lakh rupees, and that makes it very value for money. Renault has quite an impressive after-sales service deal, so that should take care of maintenance for some time. It's kinda ironic that the XUV 500 should follow the Duster as one of the hot cars this Diwali, considering that the Duster stole quite a bit of the wind from the XUV sales when it launched in July. Still, this is the car that's changed the game for Mahindra. Gone is the old school ladder and frame wallowing SUVs of old. In comes the monocoque chassis XUV, which drives and handles better than anything that's ever had a Mahindra badge on it. The platform might be new, but you've got an engine you're familiar with, the M-Hawk 2.2 140 bhp diesel from the Scorpio. Because honestly, if it wasn't broke, why would you want to fix it? This is a car that takes the term fully loaded very seriously. You've got kit in here that you wouldn't find in a car twice its price. Sure, the XUV 500 does have its issues like the sludgy gearbox and the so-so handling. But then all is forgiven when you hear the price, 11.8 to 14.26 lakh rupees. Yep, at those prices you're willing to forgive a lot of things, and in the year since it's been in the market, many people already have. The luxury SUV category didn't see too much action this year. The Toyota Fortuner still entrenched as the segment leader. However, we did see the return of an old favourite in an all-new form, the Mitsubishi Pajero, now called the Pajero Sport. This was the car that created the concept of the high-end SUV in India, and for the longest time the word Pajero was synonymous with SUV. But that was then. And now with the Fortuner and the Endeavour and the Santa Fe, the Pajero name wasn't exactly tarnished as much as it was forgotten. Enter the new Pajero Sport. This is a car that's a complete jump from the older Pajero, based as it is on the Triton platform, with a far greater sense of Mitsubishi heritage. Design-wise, the nose is a lift from the Pajero Evo rally car, foregoing the Lancer Evo-inspired nose that you'd find on the other Mitsubishi SUV, the Outlander. The Pajero is SUV through and through, with massive wheel arches and enough ground clearance to storm Normandy. Compared to the Fortuner with its 3-litre engine, the Pajero's 2.5 diesel might seem smaller, but puts out 176 bhp, more than the competition from Toyota. The superbness of this engine becomes even more apparent when you drive it out on the highway. After a tiny bit of lag at the bottom, you begin surfing a wave of torque that begins at 1800 RPM and goes all the way up to 4500, giving you seat pack acceleration even if you begin at 100 kilometers an hour. Yep, this is the best performing SUV in its class, hands down. As impressive as the performance is the handling. This is the perfect tool to handle long lengths of broken roads, craters, and pretty much everything that you can throw at it, the Pajero will absorb. The cabin is nicely put together as well and carries the Sport on the badging pretty well. The driver's and passenger seats are great places to be, but weirdly enough, this car feels a little narrow, and 3 abreast seating in the rear seats might not be the best idea. And then there's the price, 22.5 lakhs ex-Delhi. It is more expensive than the Toyota, but then with the Fortuner becoming almost ubiquitous, this might be the car that sets you apart.